Hello to each and every one of you. I hope you've had a great day, and I hope you're having a great evening so far. Yes, I'm a little late, but you know what? It is the first day of spring. It is the day where Mercury has gone direct, and I thought we could celebrate a little something because I want to show you what I've been talking about over the last week. You've seen it many times. And the mister and I are sitting here having our tea and a little bite to eat. And here in the house of Zelda, we just live, right? That's just the way it is. You may hear my son. He is playing in a tournament. He may be laughing. So without further ado, I want to tell you that there is a little blessing that is said before anyone will start reading scripture. And it's a Jewish tradition, and you're going to see why in just a minute, that anytime you start studying any type of sacred text and honoring the wisdom and the act of learning itself, you say this. Now, I have it in Hebrew. There's absolutely no way that I can pronounce it. My husband can, but I cannot. So I'm going to give you the English version. And that English version is this. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us to engage in the words of the Torah. Yes, that's what we're going to be talking about. And why are we talking about that? Well, let me show you here, my darlings, and let me get this. Right here we go. It is the gift that Miss Judy gave me, and I want you to remember that just for a moment. But look at this, a special gift just for you. Don't you love that? I do. All right, so here we are, and this is how it comes boxed. Now I'm going to point out a couple of things, and I have lovingly called this Moisha. So welcome to the video, Moisha. There we go, my darling. Okay. You're going to see this little hand, and it is pointing. And the craftsmanship on this is just beautiful. And this is porcelain right here. Just gorgeous. And you're going to see this little chain. Now, this chain typically is to hang close to the Torah, so that when you want to read it, you're going to have it nearby. A lot of times, the chain is very long, and you can wear it around your neck. This one, unfortunately, well, I would have to have the head or the neck of a chicken in order to get that through, right? And you can't remove it, and I wouldn't want to anyway. But I want to tell you the story of this. And it is a mystical story, so get a drink, get a snack. This is the hand that does not touch, yet it knows. It is a mystical hand, and this is the story of the Yod. That's what this is called, a Y-A-D, a Yod. It is a Torah pointer. There are objects that are used, and there are objects that are entrusted. But this, my darlings, is something that I did not purchase. This was placed into my hands, and I'm so very grateful. So this is definitely called a Yod. It is Y-A-H-D, the Hebrew word for hand. But it is not the hand that touches. It is a hand that literally guides. This is when it becomes very mystical. You see, in ancient tradition, the Torah, Sefer Torah, I think is how we pronounce it, Sefer Torah, is never touched directly. Now, the Sefer Torah is the Hebrew Torah, and it's not because it's not fragile. because many times they are, but it's because it is alive with meaning. So the hand is replaced. This hand is then replaced with this hand. A hand that does not carry ego, a hand that does not interrupt, and a hand that simply follows truth. So there's a code within the word. So the word Yad, Y-A-D, is made of 2 letters. And you know what? I think I might write this down. Give me a second. I'm going to write it down so you can remember it. Okay, so here we are back again. So this little fella, Moisha, is a Yad, Y-A-D. And yes, I got some highlighters that do not bleed. That is a blessing in itself, isn't it? It is made of 2 letters. The first one is Y-O-D, and that is pronounced Y-O-H-D. And the second is Dalet, D-A-H-L-E-T. The Yod is the smallest letter in the Hebrew alphabet. It is like a little, there you go. Do you see that? That little dot right there. That can be considered, I'll make it a little bigger. That can be considered this smallest Yod. Now, that is the Yod, but here is really where it gets interesting. The Dalet is a doorway. So really what this means is, so what is the hand? It's the spark that moves through the doorway. It's the invisible pathway that takes us from the unknown into the known. You see, in Jewish mysticism, there is something called the 10 Sephirot, the 10 pathways through which creation flows. And the Yod, the spark right here, has the number 10. Now that means every movement of this hand is connected to the structure of creation itself. I've used pens, I've used chopsticks, I've used everything else that you can think of to point at different things, but yet it's this. This is the first time I've been given a hand meant to point to the truth. In many traditions, tools are not chosen, but they are given. And when they are given, they mark a moment. That's not ownership, but it's responsibility. So now I'm going to show you something. I kind of like these. Got to get used to them. They kind of feel like a little crayon, but that's okay. They work. That's the idea. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. All right. Thank you for the use. All right. Now let me show you something. If you look very closely, because there is Hebrew symbolism all over the tarot. And here I'm going to show you this. This is the Magician card. And I want you to look at the hands. But look at this one. Do you see this? I'm going to turn it around there. Do you see this? This card, one hand up and one hand down, as above, so is below. This is a directing attention to. Now, the other thing is the tree of life. and it is mapped into the tarot. The same idea appears over and over again, and the hand does not create the message, but the hand reveals it. So the symbol of spring and holy times that we are in right now, and this came to me because it is the first day of spring, when everything begins again, during holy days, when attention turns back to meaning, to renewal, to what really, really matters. Now, I'm not Jewish. Many of you may not be. But to me that doesn't matter, because my master happens to be a Jew. So, the one thing I want to show you is, once again, let's just use Moisha here, is this menorah. This is the candelabra, I'm going to say it that way. And even the box came with this menorah on it, because what good is a guiding hand without illumination? So here's the thing, my darlings. This is not a pointer. It's a reminder that we are not here to force meaning, but we are here to follow it. This hand does not speak, but certainly it will know where to point. So now I want to show you a few other little things here, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. This is the card of the Hierophant. He is the counterpart of the High Priestess. He's spiritual in nature, and he's not filled with mystery like the High Priestess. But do you see how he's holding his hands? Do you see? Just the one hand is enough. He's pointing. But then there's this young lady, the High Priestess. Now, while she's not pointing, you've seen her. She's sitting here. She's still. She's between two pillars. She's holding a scroll, and she's holding that scroll that is called the Torah. Now, the Torah usually has an H at the end, and her cloak is probably draped over that. But the mystery is not what she knows. It's all about with what she withholds. You see, right here, this B here, there's B and J. This column, the left column, is darkness, form, containment. It's called Boaz. The right is light and expansion, force. Well, these are not just pillars. They are polarity itself. She does not belong to either side. She exists in the space between them. That space is called the threshold, the veil, and the crossing point. Now let's look at the veil, and I like to call it a tapestry behind her. This is where the deeper layers begin of the High Priestess card. This veil represents, and you can see there's pomegranates on it, and that is tradition. But it represents hidden knowledge, the unseen world, and the inner temple. But here is the key. She does not stand behind the veil. She guards the entrance to it. And that's very true. She guards the entrance to a very sacred realm. Now, why is the Torah partially hidden? Because there should be an H at the end of this word. Because sacred knowledge is never given fully. It is revealed in measure, in time. So now let's take a look at the moon at her feet. You see this crescent moon right here? It's not decoration. This moon represents cycles, intuition, reflection, what is felt and not seen. She is not the sun, which is truth is revealed. She is the truth reflected through perception. All water comes from the robe of the high priestess in the tarot. Water is life. Now, here's the thing. The high priestess is not only intuition. She's the keeper of the inner pathway. In the Kabbalah systems, she is often associated with the path between the crown and beauty, or connected to understanding. But then there's a hidden layer here. She is the living veil, not just standing in front of it. She is the veil. And that is what is so secret and sacred of this beautiful high priestess. The barrier between the seen and the unseen is not a wall. It's consciousness in itself. The high priestess holds the scroll, but she does not point. You know why? Because we do. We point with the yod. She guards the knowledge, and I am learning. And I'm learning how to follow it. And that's why the point, that's why this goes in through the doorway of hidden knowledge. Now, the high priestess does not teach out loud. She does not explain, and she does not chase. Instead, she waits. She waits until we are quiet enough. She waits to notice what has always been there, and yet seemingly never recognized. The high priestess does not hide truth. She protects it from being misunderstood. Now, everything together, the yod, which is the guiding hand, the Torah scroll, the high priestess guarding this veil, and the moon, which is the reflection, not revelation. The high priestess sits before the veil, holding the scroll, and she is waiting. And perhaps the hand that was placed in mine was never meant to open that veil, only to learn where to point. And I'm going to tell you, my darlings, this is a lot of information because this is a very sacred thing. And when I speak about this, the Torah is almost a reflection of what I just told you. It is hidden knowledge. It is sacred. And it is a container. The yod, the hand, does not point to what is obvious. It points to what is forming, So imagine yourself, you are studying the Torah, because the Torah you don't touch. It is sacred. That's why you have the pointer. You can keep track. You can point out particular things, different things, certain things. These cards show just like how the light is fully revealing. But she contains knowledge. She just doesn't spill it. We have to seek it. The high priestess does not show you truth. She lets us discover how much we are able to see. Isn't that wonderful? Just like the Torah. That's why she's holding it. Just like the Torah. So we can think of ourselves just like this high priestess. We ourselves contain hidden truths, hidden mysteries. Sometimes we don't even know what they are, and it takes something like this to bring it out. I will hold this very near and dear to my heart for many reasons, but I just think it's beautiful. Just like the truth that we are learning to see, the Yod and the Tree of Life will point it out to us. The connection between the high priestess and that little dot is the path of the Tree of Life. And this is the beginning of the esoteric journey. This is all about learning higher wisdom, rightfully so and sacred. I hope, my darlings, that you have enjoyed this, and maybe, just maybe, you can find a little Moisha for yourself, because this has come in so handy. And I will tell you, I have been using it. Look at this little hand. This detail just cracks me up. And look, it is so beautiful. I just wanted to share it with you. I want to thank you so much for being here. And I also want to invite you to my live stream Saturday night at 7 p.m. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, but I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of the evening. May you have peace and blessings, and may the truth that you are seeking be revealed. Thanks for being here.